that there is power in stories. And you have heard that already, that we believe that each one of us has a story of things that God is doing, has already done, will continue to do in our lives, and that he gives us that story so that we can impact other people with the gospel. I have a few students up here with me. This is Tyler. You have fans. This is Meredith, and this is Madison. They do have more fans than you, I know, sorry. I am gonna have these students share just a little bit with you about their stories and about how Jesus is teaching them to make him first and to make themselves second. Each of these students has been a part of what we call Operation Barnabas. It's a 6-week ministry experience. We're gonna tell you more about it throughout the week. And there's a table that's actually set up over by the dining hall if you want more information. But Tyler had the opportunity to go on Operation Barnabas this summer. You're actually still on OB. You'll go back on the road after this summer ends. But even before, or after this weekend, sorry, but even before you got on Operation Barnabas, you had started to do something kind of different. What is it that you started to do about once a week?
I started to do homeless ministry.
Okay, so you were doing homeless ministry in downtown Columbus. Why did you start to do that?
Because my mentor was doing it. So I decided to go with him.
Okay, so you're following this guy who's making some decisions, some choices. You're doing what he's doing. And how was that like an example of you making yourself second and Jesus first? What kind of decisions did that involve?
I gave up playing golf and hanging out with my friends and with my family to go out and serve the homeless on Thursday nights.
Okay, so you had to make some decisions that were not maybe necessarily always easy for you. You had to choose to make yourself second, to make Jesus first. I'm sure that sometimes that wasn't easy. But through that, what did Jesus teach you? What is he beginning to do in your heart and your life? What are you learning as you make him first and yourself second?
I've developed a serious heart for like lost and broken people that are just like 20 minutes from my house.
I think it's really cool too, as you talk to Tyler, you're gonna see, if you get the chance to get to know him this week, that God is putting in him a desire to continue to reach out to people who are far away from Jesus, to do homeless ministry, and that all started as Tyler made an intentional decision to make himself second and to make Jesus first. Now, Meredith, you actually went on Operation Barnabas last summer, so you now have been home from that experience for about a year. Tell us just a little bit about, I know you've done some things in your school to make yourself second and Jesus first, but tell us specifically, what sort of decisions have you made in your church with the people that you go to church with to make yourself second and Jesus first?
Yeah, just going into my home church after Barnabas, just believing that the Lord will do so much more than we ask for or even imagine. I just decided to just get involved a lot with high school ministry, but also in middle school ministry. And just seeing young girls get the gospel and seeing them like walk from death to life in the Lord is the most incredible experience I've had all year. And you know, it was uncomfortable at first, but with other people pushing me, I was just able to step out of my comfort zone. And in other ways, I've been able to co-lead a Bible study and for middle schoolers, and it's just been a joy. We have it at my house, and every week it was amazing to see these girls just get it.
That's awesome. Now, we have Madison up here as well. You guys go to the same church. And Madison, I just want you to talk a little bit about, you are a student that's on Operation Barnabas this summer. And as I've talked to you guys, what I'm learning is that one of the reasons that you're here is because of the example that you've seen in Meredith. So can you just tell us a little bit about how, as you've watched Meredith make herself second, what has that done in your life, in your relationship with Jesus?
Meredith is a great friend of mine, and I know that a couple of years ago I was going through some really hard times and dealing with hard things, and especially struggling with my relationship with God. And Meredith decided to put me before herself and really gave up a lot of her time to really pour into me. And it's amazing the impact that she had on my life, because just not long later I ended up rededicating my life to God. And now I'm on Operation Barnabas, learning more about ministry, and she's definitely had a huge impact. So I just want that to encourage you guys. When you put others before yourself, it's amazing the impact that you can have on somebody.
Guys, Guys, I hope, yeah, give them a hand. That's awesome. I hope that you're encouraged, like Madison just said, I hope that you're encouraged, and I hope that you understand that it's not just your youth pastors, your pastors, people who are getting paid to share the gospel, who have stories that are worth telling. You have a story. And if you are a follower of Jesus, you have the opportunity to share that story and share the hope of Jesus with other people. They're not special because they're standing up here on the stage at Momentum. They're just like you. You have a story to share. And as we get excited about sharing our stories, we will see this community, your churches, and the world impacted with the gospel and see people move from death to life. And there's nothing more exciting.